Hello everyone, how are you again? In this video we will talk about if statement in the Excel or if function in the Excel. It is very important function. We have two type or we can using the if function in the two ways in the Excel. The first thing, the single if function or the simple if function. I mean by simple if function I just using the one if function, and the nested function or nested if function. That means function inside another function. I have if function, inside it I have another if, inside it I have another if, and so on. So the first of all, why we're using the if function? If function using if we have a condition, if we have multiple criteria. For example, if the student, if the grade of the student greater than or equal 50, that means the student will pass or succeed. Else, or if the grade of the student less than 50, that means the student will fail, right? So we have a condition here. For example, here I have this grade here for student, for example, and I want if the student have less than 50, just type here I want just type here fail. If it is greater than 50, that means pass, like this. How can I do like this thing using the f function in the Excel? So the f is just a function, like a formula. You should precede it by the equal sign, or I mean you should add the equal sign before it. So add equal sign and then the name of the function. After that, open the bracket. You can see here the first argument should be the logical test. Now I want to check what? I want to check the grade of the student, if it is greater than 50 or less than 50. So the logical test is like this, just the grade, the first grade, the cell here. If it is greater than or equal 50, this is logical test. Now after that I should add what? Comma. Add a comma. Now here we have value if true and value if false. I mean, if C14 greater than or equal 50, if it is true, I want to add what? That means the student will pass. So, right? So I want to add pass here. Another time, just another comma, value of false. If this condition here, if this expression false, that means if the C14 not less than 50, I want just to add something fail, for example. So I have the first thing here, I have the logical test, and I want to check or test this expression here. If this is true, I want to do something here. If it is false, I want to do another thing. Just like this, I have just two, false or true, true or false. Now just enter, you can see fail because it is less than 50. And same thing, just autofill to all the cells here, and I can see here the 90, that means pass, 58 pass, and so on. For example, if I make it here like 50, also pass, right? If I make it 49, that means fail, and so on. Also here, for example, I have this criteria about the price, and I want to add a category in the price category. For example, this price here, if the price is greater than or equal 300, I will type E. If it is less than 300, I will type C. So I have just two conditions, I have just two criteria. So I should using just one f function. If you have just two, you should using just one f function. So just if, and then open the bracket, and I want to check this the sale price. So if it is like this criteria, if it is greater than or equal 50 or equal 300, if it is true, if it is greater than or equal 300, I want to add E, because here in the question tell me to add E. Another comma, if it is false, it is not greater than or less than 300, just type C. So just C, and you can see just autofill again to the all. So I can see here C and E and C and E according to the price here. Not just like this. For example, here I want to do another thing, not just add a static value like fail or pass or C or E. No, I can do something. For example, I can add a number or make a summation or something like this. For example, here I can say if this value is greater than or equal 50, I want here, for example, to add 3 to this value. For example, just example. So just this value plus 3. If it is false, I want to subtract or minus 3. Just click here again and minus 3. Now, if the C14 is greater than or equal 50, I want just to add 3. If it is less than 50, I want just to minus it by 3 or subtract the 3. Now just enter. You can see here subtract because it's less than 50. If I check here 90, add 3 and so on. So I can do anything. Now here, if I have multiple criteria, not just 2 criteria, I have 3 or 4 or 5. For example, if this price here is greater than 300, I want to add E or type E. If it is between 200 and 300, I want to type V. If it is between 100 and 199, type D and so on. So how can I do that here? Here we should using the nested if. So just here, if and then. Now the first one, the sale price. If it is greater than 300, like this, comma, I want to add what? E, right? So just E. Now, if it is true, I want to add E. But if it is false, the value of false, what can I add? I don't know. Maybe it is between 200 and 300. Maybe it is between 100 and 199. So I don't know what can I add here, V or D or A. So here I should add another if, because whenever you have two conditions or more than 2 conditions, you should add a new if function. So here I want to add if again, because I have 3 conditions, I don't know. Again, price, if it is now the second one, between 200 and 300. If I said between 200 and 300, I can just say here greater than or equal 200. Why greater than or equal? Greater than 200, equal 200, that means 200. Between 200 and 300. But until what? The first one here is greater than 300. That means infinite. Greater than maybe million, maybe 2 million, maybe anything. But here from 200, greater than or equal to 200, that means from 200 until 300. Why? Because I said if the value is greater than 300, that means I want to add E and stop. But if it is not, if it is false, I want to check this. So it is from 200 until the first one, until 300 just. Now here, I want to add what? If it is greater than or equal to 200, that means from 200 to 300, I want to add V, for example, anything. Again, I have 2 conditions, not just 1. If I have just 1, I can just add A. But I have now D or A, I don't know. So I should add another if function. Another one. Also the price here, if it is greater now between 100 and 199. So if it is greater than or equal 100, that means from 100 until 199, because equal to 200, I check it here. So it is less than 200. That means until 199. I want to add what? I want to add D. After that, I have just 1 condition. I have just 1 criteria here. Just this. So I don't need another if. If you have, I said, whenever you have 2 or more, you should add another if. But if you have just 1, so now to just else, I want to add A. If all this condition, if all this criteria is false, now the last thing I should add A. And then just close the first one, close the second one, close the third one. You can see the black, the color of the bracket will be black. That means we complete and enter. Now you can see the first one A, because what? Because it is less than 100. So it is A. If I just drag to the end, now you can see 300V. Why V? Because between 200 and 300, not greater than 300. Between 200 and 300, so it is V. Here, for example, D, it is 100, not less than 100, but between 100 and 199, so D. Here, for example, E, 350, that means greater than 300, so E, and so on. I hope you understand that. Just pay attention. If you have here, for example, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 criteria. I'm using here a 3 if function, a 3 nested if inside if, this first if and this the second if and third if. If you have 9 criteria, you should using the 8if function, because whenever you have 2 or more condition or criteria, you should using if. But if you have just one, we don't need the if. So if it is 4, you should using the 3if. If it is 5, using the 4if, and so on. I hope you understand that. If you don't understand and from the first try, please just try to review the video more than one time and implement everything in the video, implement these examples in the video. Thank you very much.